is Roshna. Nice to meet you. On today's video, I would like to talk about walking with faith. So, you guys will be thinking, am I going to talk about something spiritual? No, I'm going to share with you my personal experience of how I understand life and how I understand that, no matter what happen, you have to still go on, and also how I relate hiking up a mountain to this whole situation. So, without further ado, let's go on to the video. So it happened one day I decided to hike up a mountain, right? So I was like, at that time I was unemployed. So I was thinking, you know what, better way to spend your time than hiking. So I decided to go on this adventurous journey all by myself, okay? No one followed me, nor I invited anyone to follow me. I was like, you know what, Roshna, I want to go up this mountain and I want to be like, I am the like what? I can't remember. Maybe I can be Dora the Explorer. Yeah, Roshna the Explorer. Doesn't make sense, but without. Let's just continue with the video. So what happened, Roshna the Explorer, or Rose the Explorer? Okay, we just go with Rose. Rose. So Rose the Explorer decided to hike the mountain by herself. So she's initially, when she took the journey, she was okay. I was okay. Okay. It was my story, but I'm just exaggerating a bit, to make it more exciting. But it's already exciting even without exaggeration. So what happened was I went, I parked my car, I bought a ticket, which is like a permit, and I went up to hike the mountain. Okay. So at that moment when I was starting the journey, I was so pumped up. I was like, I am survivor. No 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 no. All that song, that BGM I was playing in my head. I felt the goosebumps. I was like, yes. But the moment it all changed. It always change. It doesn't maintain that way. It changed. One part I was like, Rushna, we're doing this. I was like, part of me was like, Tana, I want to go back home. But another part was like, Rushna, you have to do it. Another part was like, no, I don't want. One part was like, no, you have to do it. No, I don't want. So it was going on and on and on and on and on and on. Then I told myself, okay, you know what? Let's just do it. We already came all the way here. So it's like, then I started the journey. You know what's the best part in the whole journey? I tell you, nothing is best. Then I see the sign. I was going. The road was a bit like I would say zigzag like that. Suddenly a triangle sign. But what is that sign? I read, beware of wildlife. Okay, Rishna, you're not mentally prepared for this. Rushna was not mentally prepared for this. The moment I saw it, I already made my mind that, turn. But then I was like, no, I cannot turn. I cannot turn. Because I already come that far. Imagine I've walked so far and I'm at the base of the mountain that I wanted to hike up, and I saw that sign. I was like, so then I decided to just continue. But you know what I did? My phone on consistency already. I did tell God, cannot. You need to be there with me. So that's why I said in life is like walking with faith, because at that moment I've already gave up actually. But then I told God, like, it's okay. I came all this far. I drove all this way. Actually, first of all, I didn't even find the right location for the mountain. Then I make a big turn and found it. So like all this time you spend to come here, don't make it a waste. It's okay, you already come. Let's see what's ahead. It's exactly like life also sometimes. So I also was like, okay, like go on consistently. And what's the worst? When I went hiking, like Dora the Explorer, what I did, I wore a hat. Then I wore my windbreaker jacket. I carry my bag. Okay, I had my hiking stick. Imagine your windbreaker is just making a zuk sound as you move. I was like, shit. Is this something that's following me? Is something looking at me? I was so scared. At that point, I was like, Roshna, calm down. Then I realized it was me. Then I put my hand like this and I walk. and one hand holding the stick, another hand I was holding my phone and playing Kind of Sustain. I was listening. I was playing it loud and I was just walking. I didn't put it in my headphones because I'm afraid my AirPods fall because I'm hiking, right? I didn't bring I don't have a headphone, so I didn't want to do that. And at that moment, I was thinking, you know what, just continue. So I was so happy, There was one point, I tell you, I was like, oh, yo. I already see like as you're hiking up, the mountains always up, then down a bit, then up, then down a bit, then up, then down a bit, like that. And certain parts will be straight, right? So I was like, the part it looked like this, right? It was a bit tilted upward. I was like, oh. I was super happy, I was like, finally. But at that moment, I woke up there, and I'm like, oh, flat service, still got. Then I went even higher. Then it went high, so I was super happy. Then one part from it went up straight, straight up, and it had to came down, and the plunge was a bit deep. I was like, oh my god, Roshna Loganathan, whew. I just go, and then from down you have to go up, right? At that moment where I have to go up, I tell you, I got scared because it was like, it was like a tar road kind of road. It's just a tar road, so you can drive up. So what happened was, I went up to that point. It was too steep, it was too steep. I was afraid of one thing. I be honest, of rolling backwards, because if I fall down and I hit the tree, it's okay. I still can survive. But if I fall and roll, I might either roll to left side or my right side or my left side into the jungle, and I don't know what I'll see. I tell you, at that point I just prayed to God and I was like, God, and then God protected me. And then after that, I really reached to one point where it was like a flat surface, and I stopped and I was like, no, what, that's enough for today. And I just lay down on the ground and I called the ranger. I was like, hello, I'm in the jungle. I just hike by myself and I really don't think I can go to the top. I'm actually midway. So one advice I would say, if you're going hiking, please know, number one, who to contact in a case of emergency, because most of the time people will be like, oh, I hike and come. No, you need to know who you need to call. You need to know, you need to call ranger. If you really cannot get the ranger, then you have to call the bomber or the police, because you don't know, what would happen out there. And also, another advice is to don't go alone. Please don't do Roshna the Explorer on episode in your life. Trust me. Yes, it's a nice thing to do, but it also is a very risky thing to do, because in a worst case, I stopped because I know that if I go higher and if something happened to me, I wouldn't have anyone there to contact my parents or anything, or contact the authorities. So I decided, you know what, it's enough. I stopped. So what I'm trying to tell you is, sometimes in life, right, no matter how hard we're trying to walk, go up, certain parts you need to stop. Certain parts you need to go down, and certain part you need to ask for help. So that's just what walking with faith is. Sometimes we would think, when we're going in a very slow pace, it's exactly like you're hiking. You cannot hike, you cannot run up the mountain. You have to take your steps and go. You have to take your time and go. So that's how also you have to take your time and go in life. Sometimes yes, your life will go up. Sometimes yes, it will go down. Sometimes you won't have anything. But it is how life is. Sometimes you would plan, like when you hike up the mountain, you don't know what you're gonna see. Trust me, I so far I've only hiked 2 mountains, but based on my experience, right, when you see the mountain online versus you go and see it in reality, it's two different things. I'll be like, but in the video it looked very simple. Yeah, it's a video, that's why they didn't show the full picture. It was not like how it expected. So at that moment when I went up that 2 mountains, the only thing I tell to myself was, thank you God for being there with me. Because I be honest to you, the scenario of me, number one, getting bitten by any animals, or got poisoned by any animals, or got even hurt or even die or anything. Possibilities are there, but it did not happen because at that moment I chose to walk with it. I told God, no matter what, I trust you. I'm taking this journey to understand life, because I don't understand why, like, how to understand, because life is something that we all are trying to understand, like, why is this happening, why are we doing this, why are we doing that. But it takes time for us all to understand, so we can't be hard on ourselves, but instead we can ask God for help and be asking, like, I feel like something is not right, or I don't know, maybe you can guide me, or maybe you can let me know, or maybe you can hold my hand throughout the journey. Because, be honest to you, I was asking God to hold my hand throughout the journey in the jungle all by myself. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this video inspire you to trust God and to walk in faith and believe that no matter what happened, it's all God's plan. I know sometimes you're going to come to me and be like, Roshna, but God's plan, I know. Can I be honest to you? Sometimes I look at God's plan and I'll ask God, this is something more than what I've prayed for. God, but why am I going through all this? What are you trying to teach me? So God have plan, just live with God's plan, no matter how good or painful it is. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye bye.